Imagine being homeless with nowhere to sleep, no steady income, and a child to care for. The world feels cold, unforgiving, and overwhelming. Most of us might crumble under such pressure. But what if I told you that someone not only survived such a situation, but used it as a launching pad to become a multi-millionaire entrepreneur? This is the incredible story of Gardner, proof that determination and hope can transform even the darkest moments into something extraordinary. Join me as I take on the challenge of transforming your life from rags to riches, just like Gardner did. Gardner was born on February 9, 1954 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His childhood was anything except easy. Growing up without a stable father figure and being raised by a single mother in poverty, he faced significant emotional and financial struggles. Adding to this, his stepfather was abusive, creating a toxic environment at home. Despite all the chaos, Chris found strength in his mother, who constantly encouraged him to dream big. No matter how dark your circumstances may seem, having even one person who believes in you can plant the seeds of hope and ambition. As Chris grew up, he didn't have a clear career path. After high school, he enlisted in the US Navy and worked as a medical assistant. However, he soon realized that this wasn't his calling. He moved to San Francisco, where he initially worked as a medical equipment salesman. But even with a job, life was far from easy. At this point, Chris had a son to take care for, but his job didn't pay enough to support both of them. Things went from bad to worse when he lost his home and found himself living on the streets. He faced unimaginable challenges, finding food, shelter, and keeping his son safe. One day, while walking in San Francisco, Chris saw a well-dressed man stepping out of a red Ferrari. Fascinated by the man's success, he asked him what he did for a living. The man's response, he was a stockbroker. This moment changed Chris' life forever. Determined to change his life, Chris decided to pursue a career as a stockbroker. But breaking into the financial world was no easy feat. He applied for an unpaid internship at Dean Witter Reynolds, a prestigious brokerage firm, and was accepted. However, there was one major problem. He still had no home. Despite being homeless, Chris showed up every single day to his internship in a clean suit, ready to learn and work hard. He spent his nights in shelters, sometimes even in public restrooms, with his son beside him. There were days when he had only a few dollars in his pocket, but he never gave up. His hard work and determination didn't go unnoticed. Chris' drive, attention to detail, and ability to learn quickly set him apart from the rest. After months of struggle, he finally landed a full-time job at the brokerage firm, marking the beginning of his rise in the financial world. Gardner's life started to change dramatically. He went from being homeless to becoming a successful stockbroker. But he didn't stop there. In 1987, he founded his own brokerage firm, Gardner Rich & Co. His journey from living on the streets to becoming a millionaire inspired millions of people around the world. In 2006, his autobiography, The Pursuit of Happiness, was published, followed by the release of the Hollywood film of the same name starring Will Smith. The film brought his story to the global stage, inspiring countless individuals facing hardship to keep fighting for a better future. So what can we learn from Chris Gardner's extraordinary journey? Here are the 3 key lessons. Never give up no matter how difficult life becomes. Chris' story teaches us that even in the darkest moments, perseverance can lead to unimaginable success. Believe in yourself and your dreams. Despite being homeless, Chris never stopped believing that he could create a better life for himself and his son. Work hard, stay focused, and seize opportunities. When an opportunity presents itself, grab it with both hands and give it everything you have. Chris Gardner's life is a proof to the power of hope, resilience, and hard work. He didn't just change his own life, he inspired millions to believe that they too can rise above their circumstances and create a better future. And that's the legacy that will live on forever. If this story inspired you, click on this link to dive into another incredible chapter of victory. And don't forget to share it with someone who needs a little motivation today. Thank you for watching.